What's up, everyone? It is time for that thing again, 1800 something, where I play something and do something. So the first game will start off me 1770 solo queue. As always, I always play alone, so that is absolutely fair. And the first game starts off with us kind of a little bit trash talking, and by us I mean just me, because yellow picked Monkey King, Swiftblade picked Swiftblade, orange, and I just randomed Arachna because I didn't know better. I honestly did not know what to pick. It's rare that I random, but so I did. So my lane went kind of okay. We were against Monkey King because they had a wretched hag, so obviously they had to send her mid. In this clip here, we were kind of just not doing too well, but the lane was being dominated and I was getting my farm. So eventually, though, they did try and chase Blitz, who was low in health, so that's really good bait by him, and that was pretty much our first blood right there, because they didn't know he also had a health potion, which is a really good item, borderline overpowered in my opinion. So we get a bloodless, but that's all not important. What is important is the summary that my lane is doing great. So eventually I buy items which are pretty much just stats and overall items, mana battery, energizer, ghost watcher, so that I can just do stuff in general and just have decent tankiness and damage. So I push down the top tower right after that because, well, there's really not much else to do. Teleport mid, and we're gonna continue pushing the mid tower. So see that Maxis could be in trouble, use my energizer. They're not ready for it because I haven't left my lane for the entire game. So finally I'm starting to gank after I got a bit of farm. I think that's what you should be doing. We take down the tower, and of course we proceed to go for the bottom next. So here we're also getting farm. I noticed that someone was there and I told my team, so here's my energizer as well, killing them all. We're doing great, I'm getting farm. The tower is gonna die, but there was a problem that I'll tell you about later. This is just a funny clip where I counter-warded, and this is such obvious bait. They were so obviously baiting me, waiting with Words of Revelation as well. But thank God I had teammates that were good and they helped me kill. So that was really nice of them. Really nice team. I was low though, should have went back to base to heal, but I didn't. I stayed to push and I paid for it, but we did get the bottom racks eventually. We were pushing so much. But the problem is, even though we kind of kill Monkey King here, but I die and we lose our Mount Die, but the problem is, Swiftblade was pushing all the lanes all the time, like this. He just kept doing this over and over, and if we try to gank, he does this. He just spins and TPs out and then pushes another lane. And that was so annoying. So I pick off Engineer, eventually get my Genjiro, and we're kind of getting ready to Komor. We take that to our advantage, but little did we know it would not help. Swiftblade, man, this Swiftblade, I'm not sure who this guy is, but he picked Swiftblade, and he obviously knows how to play him. I thought Swiftblade was overpowered, but man, he not only had a lot of farm, but he kept somehow surviving all the time with just barely to no health, just barely every single time. He just kept getting away, he kept pushing really good, and then eventually I got caught once. So Arachna's second skill, if you don't know, dispels Glacius's freezes. Glacius is a word it is now. So that's my token gone. So I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna go invis and walk away, so I use my final charge of Genjiro and Glacius freezes me. So I can't use my second skill to escape because then I'll just become visible and die anyway. And they push right after that and just win just like that. I was just honestly surprised how could that happen. I just lost. I couldn't believe it, really. They had a lot more GPM though, which makes sense. So I go into game number 2 and starts off with a bit of trash talking again as well, because it's not fair. What is this matchmaking? Tell me please. They have an 1800 and a 1700 player, and I'm just the only 1700 who gets +3 -3. So the game starts off, I'm like, how the hell is this balanced? Yes, the enemy team is expected to win, so I lose a bit less and win a bit more MMR, but it's still annoying. So I get my wards and place them. I got my Cursed Ground first because I thought we'd get first blood with it in Blacksmith, but we didn't. Though on level 3 we finally did engage on them. Pestilence tried to go back because he knew he was dead, so he died. But it's not first blood because mid already died, Monkey King, and he was flaming a lot as well, so I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna help this guy and gank mid because he's playing against an 1800 player. Of course he'll lose. So I gank, I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, and he's typing FU, which I think you guys should know what that means. He's not moving, he just stood there and watched.
Yeah.
Oh my god, did I rage hard at this guy? How much did I call him trash and other stuff? Oh my god, why? Why is there a griefer on my team? I already had a weird bad game where I somehow lost weirdly, and now, not only do they have a much higher rated players, I also have griefers. Why? What the hell? We eventually do gank mid, of course, no help from Monkey. Thank God he just stops feeding eventually, I guess, but just such a I just hate people like that. Why? Why do they do that? Why do they not just quit HoN? Why did he just stand and watch and just type bad stuff and oh my god. So I ward and I try do my best. I try win as a support. Do everything I can, get some items, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Monkey King is trash. He's a horrible person. I hate this game sometimes. This is so not fair. So the bound die, I did get that from the enemy team, but I did lose it almost straight away, and they just kind of got together, and of course they were winning, they were expected to win, they had not only much better players, but we had Monkey King. So this is just pretty much the last team fight to show you what happens, yeah. Scout isn't very farmed, as you can see, 20 plus minutes, he still doesn't have his Runed Cleaver, and we just conceded like that. This is ridiculous! I only lost 3 MMR. Of course, I reported that freaking douchebag, but this is horrible. This is absolutely unfair. This is matchmaking. Just why? There's no way I would accept that kind of BS and just leave and make a video. No, I was not ending at such a bad setback this time. So we had a really high level game this time, 1900 players and stuff. Keeper said he'll suicide, so we needed a jungler and I just kind of picked Wild Soul. Keeper was worried, but I said, don't worry, it's my best hero. Not at all. This game was just bad. So not only did I screw up my easy stack, because apparently I'm not even a decent player who can't stack properly, this game went much worse. It was much worse than you think, because Scout not only suicided and warded with his second skill, but he also bought normal wards and warded with them as well. So that's right, Scout not only blocked my camp with his wards, but just got normal wards and blocked with those too. So not only was my farm horrible, but then Scout comes out of nowhere and he's like, hey, I'm gonna annoy you as well. I'm just gonna steal your farm and bother you. So I'm already pissed and mad, and I can see where Keeper was coming from. So Scout was like, oh, I'm gonna kill your bear as well. And I'm like, okay, fine. Yeah, sure, just go ahead and kill my bear. Yeah, guys, it's a sad game. It was really hard. So on level 2, I already gave up and said, screw it, let's push, I guess. So I went for my kind of mixed build where I got a bunch of minor totems and got a stout shield on my bear as soon as possible, but that was really everything I got at this point because I had no farm whatsoever. So we kind of push, and Scout is there trying to defend. Glacius has a Word of Revelation, but he doesn't place it, which was very questionable. But thank God Scout was, I don't know, he was annoying me and he seemed like a good player, but eventually he screwed up. Don't forget that Prisoner's second skill does reveal invisible units, so we get Scout, we keep pushing. We kill the tower, so this is not, honestly not going too bad. I get my Ringer Teacher, which is my usual build. Then we proceed to push mid. I get my ultimate on level 6 because honestly I'm not gonna go for my farmer build or anything at this point. I'm just like, whatever, I'll just get my ultimate, try not die, and try help my team and push and at least do something, you know? So then a team fight kind of breaks out. I see that something's happening, so I'm trying to do something, but keep in mind I have absolutely no farm. My team is doing great. Prisoner is doing a lot of work. I had quite a few kind of lucky procs on my route with my bear, but I'm still without items. I got my second skill early just so that I would have movement speed, because that's how bad it was. I didn't even have boots. So eventually we kind of do okay. As you can see by this score, it's good. I'm also tower diving, and this moment just wanted to tell you I already lost sight of my hero. I didn't know where I was. I'm like, where is my hero? What am I doing? So there I was with low health, but kind of surviving, so that was good. And for the build, I just went for the Alchemist bonus anyway, because at this point I was like, well, I don't know if I will ever farm a mock, so might as well go for a steady stream of gold, you know? And I sold the boots there because I thought, well, I don't know if I'll ever get any gold, so might as well try and get the mock as soon as possible. And this was the holy grail mother of creep blocks. I was getting chased by Grinix, and I was shouting in my microphone at this point. But eventually we did win, and I really kind of did nothing. I did nothing. I just kind of, yeah. I got kind of easy MMR. My team was good, but I got easy MMR. That I think it was, yeah. So usually I just stop recording, because, yeah, it's 3 games. But we're gonna go for a longer game this time. Game number 4. Because I don't want to lose. That last game, before the last game, if you know what I mean, was kind of horrible. So I was required to pick a support this game, so I went for Pyromancer, because why not? I kind of like him as a support because he can just not only support but also farm and deals quite a bit of damage. So I bought 2 wards at the start. Scout will be suiciding, as he said. Keeper will be in the jungle. I gave the wards to Scout so he can ward whatever spots he can, because he will get invisibility on level 1. So bottom lane was Suicide Rally. I tried to harass him and just be annoying, and really that's what you should be doing. Of course, he's a melee hero with a stout shield, so he was kind of out harassing me, but I was doing okay. So I gave up on trying to kill him, and I just tried to go gank middle lane. Pebbles did kill Rally by himself. The gank mid didn't work at all. I just kind of walked here like an idiot. And I just kept walking. I'm like, well, that didn't work. I'm just gonna keep going. Just go from the around. I'm like, ooh, what could possibly go wrong? I mean, that didn't work. I'm just gonna go around. This is obviously in the 1800 bracket already. Yeah, and I just stun him and just, yeah, get him like that. Just go from around, guys. Boom, just like that. 1800 plays right there. Yeah, that was great. That was great. So eventually I get my Striders. Place a ward, because I am warding, I am a support, and I'm telling Meraxis, hey dude, let's kill him, and he just walks up and stuns in melee range, and I'm like, well, time to repeat 1800, I guess. So, yeah, 1800 is not that difficult, guys. Place a lane ward eventually, and this is just to show you one of the team fights. Tempest always got amazing ultimates. I don't think we cancelled his ultimates once. So I try to use my skills and miss them because Gladiator is pretty fast, and it's okay to miss your second skill in Pyromancer. It is a skill shot after all, but at this point I'm just shouting to my team, hey, I have an ultimate, let's use it. So we do. Someone gives me a health potion, nice as well. And then I continue on my way to 1800 pretty much. Game. Yeah. That's kind of really it for this game. We just kind of do stuff. Eventually we go for Komor. As you might notice, I have spell shards because I farm on Pyromancer. Pyromancer is a hero that can support with his stun and a lot of damage, and he can also farm very well. I also counter ward and ward because I am still warding and I am still a support even if I farm. And Spell Shards just gives you some good magic damage and some good mana regen, so I really don't see any reason not to. And farming is really simple, just use your both skills kind of like that. It's kind of what I've been doing the entire game. So this was a really fail ward, just to show you guys not to do it. And this is going to be really the only team fight I will show you in depth, because this was a really long game. We kept knocking on their door, and usually Gladiator is a bad carry, but this game something was wrong because he was doing quite well. So the enemy team engages, they have a Bondi. They all have a lot of magic armor and barrier idols and even shrunken heads and everything, so that's one of his ultimates. You can see they land them quite well. I try to use my skills and actually take out Rally, take his Bondi as well, then get a huge hit. I'm running away, I'm low, and what am I gonna do? I'm low. I'm gonna go back and help my team. That's what you do, guys. Don't just leave just because you're low. That's a scumbag move. You want to be high MMR, there you go. Don't leave your teammates to die when you're low. I don't care if you're low. Like, see, I'm still low and I'm still trying to help my team. See, Meraxis died because I couldn't help him enough. You don't just go back. That's just play as a team, please. It's just one of the tips. I think you'll enjoy the game much more if you just try and play as a team and help your teammates when you can. So finally we go back. Of course, nobody died. I have a Bondi and everything is going great. So yeah, guys, it's really not that bad to help your team. So eventually we do push and manage to get the racks, but this game was long from over. We had so many team fights, so much stuff happening. It went for such a long time. This is just nothing. I got a tablet to try and cancel Tempest Ultimate, but then we team fought, and then we team fought again, and then again, and then we team fought again, until finally... Yes! I am even higher than before! What started with a horrible loss ended up being quite okay. My team was also very friendly. You could hear we were kind of having fun at the end there. They were laughing, so that was a good time. I just did my job as a support, tried to ward, contra to make sure we can take Conquer and everything, but it was just a really long game. And I'm 2 MMR higher because I only lost 3 MMR for that horrible game with a Griefer. So that's gonna be it for today then, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. But I suppose they all have a lot of freaking magic. They all have a lot of mana. They all have a lot of magic armor and by. God damn it! Why is this so hard to pronounce? Let's go for Annihilation. I need help. Ah, damn it.